All right, about to hop into a game, another rapid game, day 2 of this kind of climbing the rating ladder thing. And yesterday we got a win against an opponent rated 1279, I believe it was. And our preliminary rating jumped up to like 1400 and change. I don't remember exactly what. So I think we'll get paired with a stronger opponent today. And I still don't know where I'm going to end up in this rating pool. As I might have said yesterday, I normally play on Lee chess, and almost exclusively I play bullet chess. I established a high rating there a couple months ago of like 1860 in bullet, and I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to translate to on chess.com with a different player pool and a different rating system and a slower time control. I don't really know where I'm going to wind up, but I kind of wanted to like start fresh on a new account and a different website and play slower time controls for a while and just kind of work on some of the fundamental things that you don't really get a chance to do when you're playing bullet. So calculation, board vision, things like that. That's kind of what I'm working on here. And once I establish a rating, then it's going to be easier to set a longer term goal, if that makes sense. So without further ado, we are going to hop into a 15-10 rapid game and see how we do today. Okay, we get white this time. I'm going to open d4 again. In all my bullet games, I mostly played d4. And with black, I mostly, I played a lot of Caro-Kanns. Okay, accepts the Gambit. That is interesting. I know this pawn can't realistically be held on to by black. If I play correctly, I'm not sure how equal to the task I am. I think e4 is best here. In bullet games, I like playing e3 with the idea of going queen f3 because this often becomes soft. I think this is not as good because you're restricting your bishop long term. Those tricks work better in bullet. I think our opponent's probably going to be able to notice these threats and respond to them, so I don't think e3 is the way to go. I think I can just develop here too and say try to hold on to it. I'm going to win it later, and I might just move on with that. But I don't know if that's best. Maybe e4 first. Okay. So just checking. This defended. Kind of expecting him to try to pin the knight, in which case I'll have to defend this pawn another way. Maybe queen c2 in that case. But then this pawn is undefended. So I think knight first, overprotect, d4. And then I think I'm, depending on what he does, I mean, he can go bishop f5. Okay, yep. So I think I can play here now. And then this pin, we can respond like this. Our pawns are still defended. Our knight's defended. And I almost welcome a recapture. Exchange, get the bishop pair. And I'm threatening to win back the gambited pawn. So let's continue. Expecting bishop b4. And queen c2. I don't think I need to calculate this. I think I can just play it. Okay. Probably fine I feel like my pawns could use more support, but I have a good center. Knight c6 maybe makes sense. And then I have to play bishop e3 probably. And defend this pawn again. He could maybe go c5. Could be interesting. Kind of opening the way for the queen to come. These are pretty aggressive ideas. Okay, just castles. Okay, I want to take back and castle myself, I think. I have a good lead in development here, but I don't think I have a ton. I think it's pretty equal. He has some ideas. This, if I get the opportunity, just get the king safe, then thinking, where's this bishop belong? Maybe pinning the knight first. Well, no, because the bishop might belong here. I don't know. Maybe I question his bishop. Candidate moves. A3, depending on, I mean, I don't know if this push works. Maybe premature. I'm not castled. And he is. You don't want to open the center if your opponent's castled and you aren't. That's pretty dangerous. Yeah, it's going to depend on what he throws at me here. So maybe these are candidate moves. If I could provoke his bishop into capturing, I get support for d4. I kind of like that. That's pretty typical in my experience to have this kind of pawn formation. Knight d7. Okay, he's supporting this push. That's okay. So I think a3 first, and then if he captures, we recapture, and this pawn is supported. So if he tries to take it, we recapture with a pawn and keep our pawn center. And if he retreats the bishop, we can play b4. So a3, bishop a5, b4, bishop b6, and then we're really clamping down on c5, and maybe it's harder for him to play it. So let's see what he does. Could be wildly wrong about all of this, I don't know. I hope this is well reasoned, but we'll find out. Okay. Maybe I get this anyway, though. So b5, c5, b takes c. I don't think he can play it immediately, and I think I want to prevent him from playing it. And I want a castle. Maybe he can just go like this. And support his c5 push with a pawn. Probably that would be a good move, because I don't know what I can do about it. I think he's just going to get c5 in. Not the end of the world, I hope. I think it's still playable. And maybe there's nothing I could have done about it. Maybe he just gets that, like, no matter what I do. It just seems like a move to try to prevent, you know, striking at the center like that, breaking. I might play that if I were him. He's got a pretty compact structure right now, pieces and stuff. No real weaknesses that I'm seeing. This makes way, yeah. Oh. Okay, that's a bit perplexing. Is he trying to go b5? I don't care if he plays b5, he can play that. Then I can potentially get this battery that I always like to have, because this comes with tempo and you're threatening checkmate. So I might welcome b5. I don't know why he playing this. Queen b6, hitting here. But he's only attacking it once. His knight moved. Okay, I'm just going to castle. Still staying flexible with this dark squared bishop. I don't know where I want it yet. This knight's pretty well placed. Guards a weakness here, supporting the center. Yeah. So the question, do you want b3 or a2? My gut tells me a2 just because I can more easily get that battery. I don't know what b3 does that a2 doesn't. Not really anything. I'm just going to play it. Try to stay relatively even on the clock. Just a very slight time edge right now, but not enough to make any notable difference. We're both over 11 minutes. He's playing much slower than my opponent yesterday. He's using his time to think. And before this battery happens, there's another problem to solve, and that's where do I put this bishop? I've put it off about as long as I can now, and I have to make a choice. So here, knight g4, maybe not good, so h3 could be useful first. So my bishop can just live here. Okay, yep, he's eyeing this weakness, he's jumping right in. And then bishop here is hit with the knight. Could recapture, support the center. Maybe a little dangerous, but I like that the rook gets active in that case. I don't mind some of these ideas like that where you risk a little safety for some activity. I don't know how sound it is. I think this is probably coming next. In which case, this is weak. So he might have got me here. I might have to play here first. And then I'm still threatening stuff, you know, this comes with tempo. If he just plays without thinking. And he might just think I'm, you know, defending the a3 pawn, and he just plays here because it's a good move in other cases. But h3 probably too slow here. This knight is going to be tough to deal with. He's hitting all these things. I can't play knight d2 because I need to support d4 with my f3 knight. And I don't like this because my rook is cemented on a1 and it's even undefended there. Not that he can easily attack it, but just noting undefended piece. I guess I don't have to do it yet. But if this, I think this rook has to stay here anyway. Yeah, I think bishop b1, knight c4, bishop e3, takes. I have to take because he's hitting my queen. Without, okay. I mean, I have some good scope here, but he gets c4 for his knight, and that's just a really good square. So that's the drawback of playing b4 to control this. I think it's the Benoni. I could be wrong. But yeah, the drawback is you're giving them that for his knight. And he has to be careful here, though. Like, I might be forcing g3 in some lines, like my last game. Yeah. That loosens his knight a little bit. Maybe I have this. Do I? Not yet. I don't, because this is undefended. So, rook d1, knight c4. Knight up here, challenging him right away. Rook opposite the queen. He won't be able to take. I wish he could though, because I don't know. Like, this is pretty soft now. This is soft. That's interesting. So what if e5 anyway? Where's the knight go? Back. Okay, I gotta play something. Oh, I like this because it hits the weak pawn too. So let's try to set this up. Tricky. Just take. What's he want here? Bishop here? Hmm. Definitely a tougher game. This seems pretty reasonable. I don't know why it's taking so long. Is he calculating some sacrifice or? Okay. Starting with queen first, maybe hide my hand a little bit. This telegraphs it. His rook's gonna come over. His rook ought to come over anyway. I might not even have to play bishop. If I go here, rook over. Queen f3. You can come back. And then I get pressure. And he can't guard with the queen. He has to come up with his king. Maybe hold everything. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. This is a tougher game. Maybe this. Okay, that's pretty weakening. Here first. Rook over. He's getting this. What if I just sack? Takes. That looks really good. But he's kind of in time. He moves the bishop back. I still want his knight though. Check. He has to block. I guess he can block with his knight, can't he? Interesting. Okay, takes, push. Bishop, yes, I think he has to find bishop d8. Then I get check. Say knight block. And I have a queen here. Then bishop's coming. That just looks uncomfortable for him. I don't know. Oh, and I got the battery. Okay. I want to try it. Not blundering mate. Noticed too late. I got lucky. If his knight was somewhere else, maybe I'd be in trouble. Oh, you know what? I'm missing something. He's got to push here, and he's probably fine. Shoot. Yeah, his king's pretty exposed still, but that was probably not a good sacrifice. All things being equal. Can I throw the kitchen sink at him and play g4? What about here? And you can play here. So bishop out first. And then here. G4. I don't have a lot of time left, and I don't think this worked. I kind of just want to see if I can make this attack happen. We'll play really, really, really crazy. He might not have to do anything, though. Well, he has to move his knight. He has to probably... Where's he going to move it? There. And what about this? This bishop is always x-raying h7. So if he clears here, I take, he takes. He's got the knight too. So bishop here next maybe. He might try to run away. I'm not sure he has to, but he might. Just for safety. This knight's too far away. I guess if he captures with the knight here, then I get this move in. So it takes. Might be what he wants to do. What if I go here? Queen comes in, then I'm hitting. I just feel like I don't have enough firepower though. Okay, undefended though. Knight over. Where's he going with his knight? After here. This might help. Right here. Feels too slow, but I'm running low on time, so I'm just gonna have to try to make something happen. Not gonna find the best moves here. This is quite a tough position. He can't push there. He can't. That's crazy. Even takes might be crazy, because then I get up here with big problems. It's not so easy for him to find a way out of this. I don't... Maybe even king h1 and get the rook over. Like take here, king h1. No, I don't like king h1. This is too exposed. You might have to rook lift instead. lifting blocks this bishop. Let's say here takes. Okay. Fun game. I mean, even if I can't pull it off, this was fun. I like that I went for it. I missed one of the pawn, defenses, I think, in my quick calculation where I just kind of went for it. Maybe that's the drawback of bullet games, is those things more often work out. Okay, he wants here. Maybe I can just block. Then he goes back. Then I can go up. No. What if I take first here? Then I can come back here with the queen, and my rook can get to the H file. Okay. Knight needs to stay here because I don't want this move to happen. This is an interesting idea, but it's still failing because I can take with check. Maybe it's not failing. Take with check, rook blocks. Then what? What if I push? That's interesting. No, it's not. This might be good. He's got the queens. No, he doesn't push. I don't think he can do that. Yeah, I mean, it's more fun to be the one pressing than the one having to defend. Okay. He might have found good defense. No, that blunders a pawn, doesn't it? Takes with check. Rook blocks. Oh, that's tricky. Tricky. Then I'm pinned. Okay. He might have done it. It's not really threatening anything. If rook over, then this pawn will fall. Maybe this would have been better, because He would push, and then I would move over, and then I can check. This is now a pretty deadly fork. I still have the bishop holding it, so like, what if I go here? Might be playing king over here as well. Quite low on time. He's getting down there. Also, my face might be out of the frame for half this video. I don't know. I'm not used to talking into a webcam. Okay, he pushes. I didn't think he could. I wish I could have time to calculate this. It looks fun. Oh, my rook is hanging. Okay. Probably pre-move this capture. This is weak. Well, you could probably just defend it. Like so. Yeah, my attack is fizzling out here. He defended quite well. I will say, I don't know what I do against that. Mm-hmm. Might be good. He definitely has opportunities to stop it. You can just offer a queen trade. Maybe you can't. What if I play here? Taking here is quite dangerous for me. If I could get this rook involved, that might make the difference. We're both going to be playing on increment here. He's down to 50 seconds. Do I have the bullet skills? Check. Gotta move, man. Really? Whoa, he loses on time. Oh, man. I don't think that should have worked. I think he had a defense somewhere. He just kind of got, I don't know, deer in the headlights at the end. I think he just got paralyzed, you know, paralysis by analysis. Okay, let's see how we did, according to the engine. Pretty evenly played. He was 1452. And now my provisional rating is 1557. Kind of have a feeling it's going to plateau around here, just looking at the time. Yeah, I'm curious to see
classic, battling.
what it thinks of that sacrifice. I'm just going to skip ahead to there and then call it. Yeah. Doesn't like it. See, I missed that he had this supported. I thought I was just breaking through, but obviously this is just gums up the works and my attack is pretty unsound. But I will say I had a lot, like, it wasn't easy to defend, at least. That is best. That seems really risky to me, but yeah, it's the only way to keep the attack going. This too slow. What's it want? Rook up right away. Okay. Now the rook lift doesn't work. This is complicated. Yeah. I mean a4. I don't. That's crazy. Okay. I mean, I fought back a little bit, but yeah, I still had the feeling that he had a lot of ways to defend. But fun game, kind of lucky to come out ahead on that one, but I mean, we'll take it how we can. If you watched this far, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's all.